at that particular time.
Did you ever experience any racism early on in your career?
Early on, through on, and throughout, yes. And I won't bite my tongue about that. I mean, wrestling is a white man's sport. You know, say in the day of Rufus Jones, in the day of Ernie Ladd, Tiger Conway, not junior, I mean senior, Bobo Brazil, Sweet Daddy Siki, did I say Ernie Ladd? Thunderbolt Patterson. In that day, when a black would call, an African American would call in the office, they said, "Well, we've already got Rufus Jones in here. We've already got." You remember Dory Dixon?
I don't know who he is.
In the '60s, man, he was Dory Dixon. He was a big star for. Well, we've already got Ernie Ladd in here or something like that. You know, we already got one black, and that thing was that one black would draw all the blacks. You know, but everybody else was white. You know, you need them one white. You know, see. So yeah, it's like that, and then it even to this, and that's the one thing, and I won't bite my tongue about. Every time that they come out with a gimmick for an African American, it's got to be some stereotype, pimp, you know, all that.
Something that symbolizes the culture, kind of.
Well, it doesn't symbolize.
Not, you know,
I'm going to tell you off.
No, but it was a poor choice of words.
Well, yeah, well, it really was, and it doesn't symbolize a culture. It's a stigma.
Stigma, right?
Stereotype.
It's a stereotype.
That's
and
what
it's going into the worst part of a culture, and taking that and highlighting it. That white pimps.
Exactly.
That white drug czars. As a matter of fact, you know, that's who become the billionaires from drugs. It's not black people. We don't have boats and ships to bring that stuff in. You know, our people who are highlighted are just the bottom people. So yeah, wrestling is extremely racial and prejudiced. Yeah.
Do you think it was worse in the 60s and 70s compared to now? Throughout your...
No, I think it was better in the 70s than it is now. I think it has progressively gotten worse. I mean, this is the year 2005, and when they bring... look at the Godfather thing. The whole train that the WWF did. You know, that's just typical.
What's your opinion on Thunderbolt Patterson? He's very vocal. Do you think that's good for the business? Or do you think sometimes he's too vocal?
Well, I think it doesn't matter. What I mean by that, when you say, well, do you think it's good for the business? It doesn't matter about the business. Business take care of itself. The business makes millionaires out of people. The business makes millions and millions of dollars off people and off the backs of stereotyping a certain percentage of ethnicities. That's not just black. They take advantage.
Look at the Japanese.
Yeah, yeah, same thing. So, and I don't want to come off like a racist, you know.
Right.
But you know, I'm saying, well, he sounds like he's a racist. No, I'm not. I'm not a racist at all, you know. But I do know the business will exploit anything it can to make money. You know, it always has, and that's the way it's going to be. You know, it's just that simple. And women,
Gay gimmicks.
Yeah, you know, look what's happening now. You know, male managers are extinct.
It's true.
Unless we get some implants, you know, or something.
I guess, what are your memories of your very first angle you did, I guess, with Freddie Blassie, with buying all of the stable?
Freddie Blassie was a very, very nice guy. And I like to think I have the type of personality, and I'm genteel and cordial that people, I don't have problem making friends. And my the first impression that I usually make on people that I'm a genuine person. So Freddie Blassie kind of just took to me, you might say. So that transition was real easy, you know, real easy. And now the gimmick you said, I think that's what you asked. How did I like it? You
Right.
know? See, again, that would go to a stereotype thing. If you know that, you know, they set it up like, well, you know, where did he get his money? Where did he get his money? And then, well, he's got some friends from Colombia, so you know what that suggests. And it's always the same thing, you know, just like the Dusty Rhodes thing. The very first woman they brought in to do that type of a thing, you know, was Juanita Wright. Sapphire. So again, that would go to stereotype. Whereas with the white girls, and I know when I say that, y'all say he seemed like he puts emphasis on the white girls. So you know, maybe he's had this prejudice. And no, I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point. But, you know, with the white girls, they are all Coca-Cola bottle figures,
Right.
and long-haired, blonde, blue-eyed, pretty. I remember that time when I was hosting, was co-host with on Raw when it first started out, and Vince, myself, Bobby Heenan, and Kurt Hennig, and the young lady, I think her name was, my goodness, I can't even remember now. My goodness, let me think for just a second. Was it? Oh my goodness, I can't remember. But she was good looking, and I made the joke that they said, "What do you think about this young lady?" And I said, "When I look at her, I see the work of God, because man can't make it like that." And okay, and so what's the point I'm trying to make? Well, then when they got ready to bring a black woman in, you got a big old fat, you know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
Polka dots and the whole nine. And that was a stereotype thing, because that was your black maid. And so I kind of got bad taste in my mouth behind that type of stuff.
How did you come about where you started managing Boss Man and Akeem?
How did that come about?
Yeah, how did you guys get put together? And were you for that gimmick or no?
Well, I think that pretty much happened because I was already managing Akeem.
Right.
And then Boss Man came in and I started managing him, so eventually they just ran a text. Both of them were so big, you got to remember that both were well over 6 foot and well over 400 pounds. So we just called them Twin Towers and went right to work with it.
Did Gang like the idea of changing his gimmick to Akeem?
He did it first, but later on he had some drawbacks because doing the King thing and pretending to be a black man, some of his padres would make racial slurs, and I think he got tired of that. Yeah.
Did you find the angle where Rowdy Piper painted himself black against Bad News pretty racist?
I did. I found. Well, I don't know if I. Let's not say racist. Let's just say it was distasteful.
Distasteful. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to be careful about using that word, because when people hear me, sometimes they may think I'm the one that's the racist. You know what I mean?
Right. Were you ribbed by any of the boys for the gimmick?
You know, all the boys were afraid of me. They knew better. They heard about take no stuff. No, yeah. You know, we were real, man. I wouldn't even dare tell you some of the words, some of the things they said. You know, about Gang. One guy in particular, and I'm afraid of this guy. I tell you right off the bat. You know, I'm shooting with you straight up. I'm afraid of him, so I won't call his name. But he used to walk around the dressing room all the time and say the new N word. That's what when Gang went to the King thing, he would say, "Everybody, here he come, the new N word." You know, I didn't care too much for that.